Let's talk about reports. So now that students have submitted some things and we have some data we can play with, if you go right here to reports, you'll see that there's a couple of different things. You can do a singular reporting or a comparative report. So let's look at singular first. So we can have reports on CRPs and formative assessments. The reason why thinks are not in here is because they are not graded by our AI-informed grading. So anything that we grade for you can be here. So let me go ahead and do CRPs, and then have been working on period 4, and the completed CRP that we have for period 4 is the agricultural development one that we've been looking at. Here, please note that you can put multiple class periods in here in order to generate a report, but you have to make sure that there is some data for, like, there's some students that have turned in those completed CRPs or formative assessments in order for anything to populate here. So you can see that among these two class periods, this CRP for citizens in ancient Rome, you can see the school average and the class period average, and then you can see the students broken down by the category of rubric, and then also down here the individualized student data. But once again, this is for students who have completed the CRP. It has to be completed. So let's actually just look at this one, because we've been looking at this. Oh, wrong one. There we go. So in period 4, we've been looking at the agricultural development CRP. If I generate this, I have 3 students who have turned it in. So here is their individualized scores, but also you can see how they compare to each other as well. So you can kind of get an overview of how many students are actually mastering the skill and how many maybe perhaps need to be retaught. Something else I'd like to point out here that we really like is a CRP submission rate. If we're looking at the agricultural development, there are 20 assigned and only 3 have submitted. This is a very easy way to see the engagement of your class in order to go and have those check-ins with them about turning in their work. For comparative, we're going to look at CRPs again, and then we're going to look at period 4 because that's the one we've been working on, and then agricultural development. And then these are the 3 students that have completed that for now. So if we generate this report, oh, what have I done? So since we're comparing, I'm going to select period 5 here because there are multiple completed CRPs. So I can choose up to 3, but there are only 2 here. And then these are the students that have completed both of those, but I'm going to leave it as everyone. So generate that report. So the citizenship in ancient Rome is referred to as CRP1, and reconstruction and political rights is referred to as CRP2 in our graphs. So down here, CRP1 is here, and then CRP2 is here. So you were getting a comparative, and this wasn't a particularly good example because of the amount of students we don't have who have completed this other one in our test data. But you will see on your end, once you have multiple students turn things in, that this green bar will appear for that data point as well. So once again, a singular reporting, a comparative reporting, and that can all be accessed. So this is your overview page. All you have to do is go to this reporting tab in order to access those reports.